my god, besties, welcome back to Main Character Classics. No, because we are literally diving back into the most toxic, parasocial relationship in literary history. Our favorite 8-foot-tall, misunderstood king is still hiding in the bushes, basically acting like a professional creep, watching the cottage family.
Bombastic side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye. Do you understand?
Like, actually, can we talk about how he is just there? Anyway, the monster tells us that spring finally hit, and suddenly the vibes shifted from gloomy to a total aesthetic glow-up. Flowers everywhere, sense of delight, just a whole mood. But then we zoom in on Felix. Felix is literally in his feels, bestie. He is looking melancholy beyond expression, just sighing his life away. His dad is like, yo, what is the tea? But Felix just fakes a smile. I am deceased at the fake smiling. Wait, because just as the dad starts playing his guitar, there is a knock at the door.
Oh my god!
And enter the main character. A lady on horseback arrives, wearing a dark suit and a thick black veil. She is giving total mysterious gothcore energy. She just says the name Felix in this sweet, musical voice, and Felix literally sprints to her.
Duérmeme!
She lifts the veil, and ugh, the monster describes her as having angelic beauty. Raven black hair, braided, dark, gentle eyes, and cheeks that are just glowing. She has max aura, honestly. Felix is absolutely ravished. All his sadness, gone. He is basically glazing her the second she arrives, kissing her hand and calling her his sweet Arabian. Wait, I cannot with the drama. Like the way he just completely flipped his entire personality. The moment a pretty girl showed up is such a red flag. Anyway, she goes inside, and the vibe in the cottage goes from 0 to 100. But here is the plot twist. She does not speak their language. She is just making sounds, and they are making signs, but they are all just happy she is there. Even Agatha is just obsessed with her. Now our monster bestie is watching this from the bushes and realizes, wait, if she can learn the language, so can I. He is literally using a stranger as a study guide. Not me being a linguistic genius while hiding in a shed. He is low-key, speed-running the language learning process. Then it gets even more emotional. The lady, whose name is Safi, takes the guitar and plays this music that is so beautiful, it literally makes the monster cry. She's singing like a nightingale, and the old man is just enraptured. I mean, the talent is giving. The monster is just sitting there, probably sobbing into a pile of leaves, thinking about how he will never be that iconic. Fast forward 2 months, and our boy has basically mastered the language. He's actually learning faster than Safi. Imagine being the main character, and some random monster in the bushes is out studying you. But then, Felix starts teaching Safi from a book called Ruins of Empires. And this is where the lore gets heavy. The monster learns about history, Grecians, Romans, Christianity, and the discovery of America. He starts wondering why humans are so delulu. Like, how can people be so virtuous and noble, but also literally murder each other for fun? The internal conflict is real.
Oh my god, I almost died! No! I almost died! That was so scary, thank you.
He's just having a full-blown existential crisis while eavesdropping on a living room conversation. But then, it hits him. The monster learns about the social hierarchy. He finds out that humans care about 2 things: money and noble blood. If you do not have riches or a fancy family tree, you are basically a vagabond or a slave. And he starts looking at himself. No money, no friends, no family. And he is literally a giant, deformed monster. He realizes he is a blot upon the earth. He is literally screaming internally, wishing he had just stayed in the woods where he only had to worry about hunger and thirst. The aura loss is catastrophic. I am actually sobbing for him. Like, the realization that you are not even the same species as the people you admire is a level of cooked I cannot even imagine. And highlight, he then hears about how parents love their children, how mothers cuddle their babies and fathers dote on them. And he is just, where is my mom? Where is my dad? He has never seen another being like him. He is just a glitch in the matrix, a total outsider. He calls the cottagers his protectors, but he knows it is just a half-painful self-deceit. He is in his flop era, besties. He is just a lonely, oversized man-child with a library of knowledge and 0 friends. And bestie, we haven't even gotten to the part where... Oh my god, besties, welcome back to Main Character Classics. Today, we are diving into the absolute mess that is the Lacey family lore. Like, actually, I thought they were just some random cottagecore vibes, but no. The backstory is literally a cinematic universe of betrayal, simping, and total chaos. So, first of all, the Lacey's were not always living in a shack. No, because they were literally OLD money in Paris. We are talking high society, luxury, absolute slay. De Lacey was the patriarch, Agatha was basically the it girl of France, and Felix was the golden boy. They had the aura, they had the wealth, they were living their best lives.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
I am literally deceased just imagining them in their little Paris outfits. Like, they were definitely the main characters of the city until this one guy entered the chat. Wait, so enter the Turk. He was this wealthy merchant, but the French government decided to be absolutely toxic and threw him in prison for... Honestly, probably just because he was rich and not like them. Total L for the legal system.
Oh my god!
Now, Felix. Oh, Felix. Felix has a literal God complex. He sees this guy at his trial, feels the injustice, and decides he is in his hero ERA. He literally spends his nights sneaking around the prison, finding a grate in the wall, and basically acting like he is in a heist movie.
Bombastic side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye. Do you understand?
But then, plot twist. Felix sees Safi, the Turk's daughter, and he is instantly cooked. Like the Rizz was instantaneous. He starts this rescue mission, and the Turk is like, okay, if you save me, you can marry my daughter. Felix is trying to act all Sigma and noble, like, oh no, I do not want a reward, but inside he is like, yes, please. He is absolutely glazing this man just to get a chance with Safi. I cannot with this level of simping. Now the tea gets even messier. Safi is not just some prize. She is actually an icon. She has been writing these letters to Felix, and I have the receipts. The monster literally found the letters in the hovel. Safi is talking about how her mother was a Christian Arab who taught her to have an independent spirit and not be some house pet in a harem. She is literally in her feminist ERA, and she wants to move to Europe to be a real person.
Get out!
I actually love a woman who knows her worth. Safi really understood the assignment. She is not about that harem life. She wants the intellectual growth and the Christian boyfriend. Absolute queen behavior. So the escape happens. Felix gets fake passports, helps the Turk and Safi flee France, and they end up in Italy. Everything is vibes. Felix and Safi are basically soft launching their relationship, singing songs, looking into each other's eyes. Just total main character energy. But hold up, because the Turk is actually the biggest villain in this entire series. Like actually, he's just playing Felix. He hates the idea of his daughter marrying a Christian, but he knows Felix is the only reason he is not dead. So he just pretends to be cool with it. He is literally mewing and playing the long game while planning to ghost them both. The audacity is actually astronomical. I would have blocked him in real life. Then the French government finds out Felix helped the Turk escape. They are beyond pressed. They go straight for the family and throw De Lacey and Agatha into a disgusting dungeon. And Felix finds out while he is in Italy just chilling and flirting with Safi. He is absolutely devastated. He decides to be the ultimate martyr and turns himself in to the police, hoping to save his dad and sister. But it does not even work. They all stay in jail for 5 months, lose every single penny they own, and get banned from France forever. They go from Paris luxury to a tiny shack in Germany. The fall from grace is literally a ratio of epic proportions. And the worst part, while Felix is losing his entire life for this man, the Turk just leaves. He takes Safi, ghosts Felix, and sends him a little bit of money like, here is a tip for your troubles, bestie.
Shut up!
I am actually screaming. The betrayal is so deep. Felix was out here losing his house, his status, and his family for a man who treated him like a disposable Uber driver. But wait, Safie is not about that life. When her dad tells her to forget Felix and move back to Turkey, she is like, absolutely not. She is a grown woman. She finds out where Felix is living, grabs some jewels and some cash, and basically goes on a solo road trip to Germany to find her man. She has a guide with her, but the guide literally dies on the way. Which is a bit dark, but Safie just keeps going. She eventually makes it to the cottage, and the DeLacys are finally getting some good news. And bestie, we haven't even gotten to the part where